Hey you guys, it's Josh Vision. I'm here to give you a quick little review of the latest Dragon Ball Super episode 105. So we begin this episode with Master Roshi essentially observing the territory. He's watching all the fights going on, and we see him collide with Kawe. Kawe, she basically thinks that Master Roshi is just an old man. He ain't gonna be that much, much of a threat. He'll be easy. He'll be easy to be dealt with. Master Roshi said he'd been observing the entire landscape of the battlefield, the tournament of power, the fighters, their strengths and their weaknesses, and especially hers. And he says that she isn't strong enough to take him on. That he'd rather not, put his hands up, against a woman. And she was like, "You're very cocky for an old man." So she tries to distract Master Roshi. She strips down, essentially, hoping that this will get Master Roshi to the point that his pervertedness would get the best of him and she could easily take him out. And at first, it seemed like it was going to work. Master Roshi, despite his training on resisting the temptation of the flesh, he faltered a bit, and she almost got him with her spear attack. But Master Roshi was able to avoid it. So he basically induced that she makes energy. She basically gets the energy in her and harnesses it as a weapon. But he says essentially that he's been spending all his life with his desires on rampage, but he's controlled it, and just the fact that she would try to use those against him sort of pissed him off. So we see Master Roshi get into buff Roshi mode, and Kawe is scared as fuck, and she just runs off the stage. And I believe her last words were actually, "Oh, he's gonna make me an undesirable wife." And she goes off. Master Roshi eliminates his first member of Universe 4. The next person of Universe 4 that he faces is essentially a talisman woman. And she essentially says to Roshi that, "I watched your fight, and let's see if you can take me." So she basically says to him that she stole some talismans basically around the area. And she says that her attack is basically 129 illusions and 76 attacks. And she also lets Roshi know that her world is very dark and there's very little bright light that gets through. So basically her strength lies in the shadows. And she thinks she got Roshi cornered. And Roshi said, "Once again, I was studying you too. And my teammates, despite having all the power that they have, they're too straightforward. It makes it easy for them to be tricked, fall into deception. So that's why a guy like me, who knows his role on the team, has to take out people like you. So my teammates' success rate increases dramatically." So he takes out the evil. He takes out a little vial. Well, not really vial. He takes out the evil containment. He does an evil containment wave and sucks the talisman lady into it, and thus throws her out of the arena. 2 members of Universe 4 down. So after that, we have Roshi versus Gano. So Gano's was saying, "You decrepit old man, you took down 2 of my teammates and my friends. I will destroy you." And and you would think that Gano would observe the fight, with Roshi, with his other 2 team members, but it's like he didn't even observe it. He's taking Roshi for granted. I'm just like saying, why are you taking 2 for granted? He already took out 2 of your teammates. Like, come on, dude. Either way, Roshi is just schooling this dude. He says, "Once again, like I told your teammates, you can't beat me. I already figured you out." And as they're fighting, he tells them, "Your movements are too straightforward." And as we're watching the episode, we get a little closer with Master Roshi's excellent footwork. And he's just taking them to school, like I said before. It gets to the point in which Gano's transforms, and that still doesn't do anything. And Roshi said, "Okay, I'm about to make this 3 for 3, but that doesn't end up being the case. As Gano's, we find out from the Universe 4 God Destruction that Gano's get stronger every minute. So at this point, Gano's starting to dominate Roshi, beat him back, boom, 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 boom. We see Goku and Krillin getting nervous. Goku's trying to help out Roshi, but he's in a little pickle of his own. So Gano's saying, "You know what? Just give up, old man. I'm sure he was a great martial artist back in your heyday, but your time is up. Just give it up." It's pathetic that you're still trying to fight in your condition. And then Roshi is like, you know what? This guy's going to be troublesome for my other teammates later down the line, so I got to take this guy out right now. So he tries to use a hypnosis technique, and it almost worked on Ganos. So Ganos basically attacked himself in order to get out of it. And then yet another punch, boom, straight to Roshi. And then Ganos once again is talking crap, and Roshi basically says, I got to push myself past my limits. And he basically, it's like he was basically saying a goodbye to Krillin and Goku, saying, enjoy your lives, be merry, eat well, teach the next generation well, and all that. Because Roshi was going to go past his limits. You guys taught me to do that. You guys have inspired me. And that's just coming from the master, And he goes all out with the Kamehameha wave, and he takes out Ganos, and then Roshi, everyone thinks it's all good. Roshi just falls flat on the ground. And everyone thought he was dead. Goku, at this point, who's caught in a pickle, his opponent's like, you're fighting me. Goku's like, screw you. He uses instant transmission. And then he tries to revive Roshi. And at first, you're watching, like, yo, I think they're actually going to kill off Roshi. I think that they're actually going to do it. But Goku, when he's reviving him, he's able to do it. And Roshi tells Goku, I'm alive. And Krillin is happy, Goku's happy. And Roshi's like, you know what, just lean me on your arm a bit, help me up, And after that, Roshi tells Goku something like, when I could have sworn I was in heaven. I saw the cutest angels. And then Goku's like, you sure you wasn't just sleeping, Master Roshi? And then they were just laughing. And then Beerus asks Krillin, what is that old man's name again? And Krillin's like, his name is Master Roshi Sama. And Beerus is like, I will remember that name. So that's essentially how the episode went. I loved it. Great episode for Roshi. I can't wait for next week's episode. Thank you guys for watching. This is Josh Vision. Adios, and have a good night.